Good morning, everybody. I'm hoping that you can hear me properly. I'm using a headphone today because for some reason my audio has been funky without my headphones. So I'm using my headphone. Okay, so it is just me today. Kat is under the weather and she's gonna rest up from what I understand. So today I'm gonna share a little bit about growth and why it's so difficult to grow and why a lot of people often just kind of judge the subject of personal growth or self-discovery or self-help books, stuff like that. It's not because they're judgmental, it's because they're scared. And I think that if you are on the journey yourself, then you get it and you'll understand where I'm coming from. And the reason I can speak into this is because it took a little while. You know, when you first discover these concepts of how we can control our thoughts and we can control our life and we're in control of our life and we get to decide the type of life that we live, it brings up a lot of fear because most of society was brought up to think that you had to live your life a certain way, and the life just happens to you. And some are lucky and some aren't lucky, and that was just the way it was when it couldn't be further from the truth. So I just want to speak into it as much as I can here. The tagline or the main idea of the call today is growth is supposed to hurt. It's not supposed to be easy. You know, when kids are growing up, they get growing pains. And, you know, when trees are growing or plants are growing or animals are growing, we all experience challenge. You know, trees, like just from the seed, they have to break through a shell in order to start sprouting. And kids, you know, children are not, parenting is difficult because we are literally raising a complex human brain and trying to teach them and show them crazy life. You know, we're trying to teach them about all these life lessons while also teaching them societal expectation. And think about how difficult that is for a child trying to learn everything from scratch, not being able to communicate what they're feeling, and not understanding anything. It's tough, right? Growth is tough. And that's no different when you're an adult. It's no different when you are trying to shape and reprogram your mind to become the person you want to be and grow out of your old skin into new skin and change your thought patterns and change your habits. None of this is easy, and every step along the way is supposed to be hard. That is why some rise above and others don't. It's because the journey is difficult, and we are taught to stay away from difficult. We are taught to stay away from pain and away from challenge and away from risk and to take the easy route. You know, like just from the beginning, growing up, we're told to be careful and watch out, and a lot of these things are relevant, of course. However, many of it, it's not. Many of it is not. I catch myself a lot when I'm talking to my son and he's playing, and I'm like, "Oh, be careful! Get down! You're gonna get hurt! You're gonna get hurt! You're gonna get hurt!" And I catch myself saying these things out of I'm placing my fear onto this child that he didn't ask for it. You know, he has all this courage and adventure inside him, and I am putting my fear onto him while I'm like, be careful, don't do that, don't do this, you know, you're gonna hurt yourself. So it's really important to be aware of those kind of things. But besides that, what I really want to talk about is the journey of growth and how it hurts. Because when you first, you know, you're living your life in your head, like in your world, in your programming, from when you're a child. And as you start to get older and you start to face life, you start realizing that you don't really have everything at your fingertips, and things are actually quite difficult. And when we don't choose to grow and actually take in this information and take in this influence and so on to become the person we need to be to conquer these challenges, we suffer and we suffer and we suffer and we suffer because we're trying to live off of programming that's not suited for where we want to go in life. So then, okay, we start to grow. We pick up a book, we listen to an audio, we meet a mentor, we meet someone who starts filling our head with these concepts or these beliefs that you're like, wow, that makes so much sense, but that's it. Even though I know it now, it's still not helping my life. Because once we know it, like our last call, we need to put it into action. And once we begin to put it into action, we start to see how much we really have to do, how much work it is, how difficult it is, how painful it is. And the reason I believe self-growth is one of the most difficult things that we will face in life, and it is an ongoing journey, and it does get easier, just like everything else. The more you do it, the more enjoyable it becomes, the more addicting it becomes, because we feel that it's a part of our day, like oxygen. We need it to move forward. So once we start to implement, we start to realize how difficult it is and how painful it is. And a lot of people will back out at that point, stop listening to things because they start to believe, the fear kicks in and they start to believe that they're not capable of it. This shit isn't real. It's a waste of my time. All these thoughts start coming up because you're fearful. So you're going to start talking yourself out of it. However, if you have gotten to a point in your life where you have experienced enough pain that you have no choice but to do it, then you keep moving forward. And for myself, the most painful thing that I am still getting through is realizing that not every person in my life belongs in my life. There's people that I've been hanging on to for unhealthy reasons. And, you know, they are a comfort zone. Okay, just give me 10 minutes and I will make some food. Okay.
No, we want to feed it by 10 minutes.
Okay, I'll make one. Just give me 10 minutes.
Here.
No, you can't do it right there. I'm on a video. 10 minutes somewhere else and I'll make some food. Look at me, please. Look at mommy. Look at me, please. Okay. I will be back.